Hello guys, and welcome to the most requested video on my channel these days, which will cover most of the new changes coming in the next new season 8. And all these changes are from the test server, so keep in mind that they are not final. They may or may not be implemented. So as always, I'll start with the important changes and then we'll move on to the smaller ones. There are some changes coming to Battle Royale and they're either gonna make the game more interesting or they're gonna destroy it. Because these changes aren't just balance changes, they're actual game changers. So I'll break down and explain everything for you guys so that you're ready for the new season once it's released, because it's very confusing. I hope you guys find this useful. Let's get started. Let's start with the biggest change, which is the new health system. First thing you need to know that they removed the vest and you can't find it on the ground anymore. And instead they replaced it with a second health bar. So now we have armor health bar on the top with a total of 200 HP, and underneath that we have a basic health bar which has a total of 100 HP. So you can have a maximum of 300 HP if you're fully healed up. As for the healing up, it's different for each health bar. So for the armor health bar there are 3 different types of heals. First one is the bandage, and each bandage heals 50 HP only, and the maximum armor health you can heal with bandages is 150. One thing I noticed when using the adrenaline, it reduces your movement speed and you can't jump or slide when using it. As for the bandages and first aids, your movement will be normal when using them. So that was the armor health bar, but what about the basic health bar? Well, you can't really heal it. Instead, the basic health bar regenerates on its own after 5 seconds of not taking any damage. So in other words, it's similar to the health system in multiplayer mode. One thing worth mentioning here, when you're outside the safe zone, it will ignore the armor health bar, and instead, it damages your basic health bar directly. And it will kill you if it reaches 0 HP. The only way you can heal your basic health bar is if you have medic class. So overall, you need to pay close attention to the safe zone and make sure you're not far away. Moving on to the second big change, which is related to the ground loot guns. As you know, in the current season, ground loot guns comes with attachments, and you can also equip one mod to each gun. But in the new season, they won't have any attachments at all. Instead, you'll be able to equip mods, and instead of one, you can equip 3 mods to each gun. You'll also notice that you're familiar with some of these mods, like the stabilizer mod, for example. And I love the fact that it now shows the exact bonus stats you're getting, because it really helps a lot when choosing the right mods. But there are also new mods added, like the extend sniper mag. And by the way, some mods like this one is specific to certain type of guns, so you can equip the sniper mag to snipers on. And finally, there are different mod rarities. So we have the usual colors: gray, green, blue, purple, and golden. Obviously, higher rarity means better bonus stats. Moving on to the third change, they added a new airdrop to the game. So now we have the normal green airdrop and a new blue airdrop. So what's the difference between them? Well, the green airdrop will have almost the same normal loot. So you can get the toxic guns like the Purifier and the Tempest, plus adrenalines and legendary mods, and of course the FHJ. But the main difference is that you can't get your loadout gun from the green airdrop. The option isn't available anymore. That leads us to the blue airdrop. This airdrop will allow you to pick your gunsmith loadout, and that's the only thing you can get from it. Notice that it only has 8 loadouts available, which means only 8 players can get their loadout guns from it. And you know the crazy part I found when playing test server? I noticed that most of the games had 1 blue airdrop only. There were a few games that had 2, but most of them had 1. And I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be World War II all over again near the blue airdrops, because everyone wants to get their loadout guns, especially with the new mod system applied to the ground loot guns. Another thing worth mentioning here, they upgraded the exotic Arctic from legendary to mythic, but I believe it still has the same exact stats. Then we have a new class added to Battle Royale and it's called the Grasshopper. Sadly it's locked, and on top of that the description is very confusing. The only part that I understand is that we're gonna have a jetpack that will allow us to jump to certain heights. And I can't give an opinion about this class yet, so we'll have to wait until it's released, because I need to see the jump height and the duration and whether we can jump in different directions or not. All of this highly affects the potential of this class. Next, we have one of the most awaited changes in the game, which is the new map. But before I start talking about this, you need to know that nothing of what I'm about to say is confirmed. It's all a bunch of theories based on some leaks from data miners. So first of all, they changed the map name from Classic Isolated to Horizon Isolated. There is also a post on Reddit where it shows Activision confirming that there will be a new map coming that might replace the old one. Other leaks include what seems to be an upcoming event showing that Isolated map is under attack and showing messages from Captain Price trying to defend it. You can pause the video and read the messages if you want. The final clue found within the game files determines the map that is expected to replace Isolated, which is the Blackout map. But as I said, nothing is confirmed. It might be a new separate map, or maybe they will expand the current map and open new areas like they always did. We're gonna have to wait and see, but overall it's always good to have new places to fight, because let's be honest, the current map is getting boring. After that, we have a change that may sound normal, but it can have a huge impact on the gameplay, as they reduced the number of vehicles spawning across the map, and that includes all the vehicles, even the snowboard. You'll also notice that the helicopter locations will be shown on the minimap, and throughout the games I played so far, there were only 2 helicopters spawning randomly, which means these locations will definitely be hot drops in the new season, and you'll notice many teams landing there. And regarding the black market, they shut down all the vending machines, so you can't use them anymore. Whether it's the helicopter vending machine or other vehicles vending machines, they're all shut down. And talking about vehicles, there is a new rally car added, but sadly it's still not available in the test server, so I can't provide any info about it right now. The final change that I consider to be a big change is done to the bugs. So now we have different levels of bugs, from level 1 to level 3. And the default bug you have is considered a level 1 bug, and it's the bug you spawn with. A level 1 bug has a total capacity of 4 items only. Then we have the level 2 bug, and even though in the description it says it extends the bug space to 8 slots, it's actually wrong, because it only gives 6 slots. The bug that gives 8 slots is the level 3 bug, which has the max amount of slots. And since we're talking about bugs, there are 2 small changes related to it. First one, they reduced the amount of ammo you can take from 999 to 400, and I think it makes sense, and 400 should be enough. The second change is extremely helpful. When your bag is full and you want to take something else from the ground, you will get this mini screen on the side and you can choose which item you want to replace. This will save you time instead of opening your bag and replacing it manually. We arrived to the final part of this video where I'll mention some of the smaller changes. First of all, after updating, you'll get this option where you can choose to run the game in lower resolution. And I believe this will help the players with weak devices and expect it to limit the glitches and crashes caused by the low specs of their devices. And if you choose to play in high resolution, it will take an extra gigabyte. Next, they made a small change to movement when you slide and jump. And honestly, it's almost unnoticeable, so I don't think it will affect you. Finally, they improved the graphics and the terrain texture, and the biggest addition you'll notice is they added a lot of grass across the map. Personally, I don't like this change. I mean, it looks good, but it will be a perfect habitat for snakes. And it reminds me of PUBG days where I used to wipe the sweaty squads only to get killed by some noob snake hiding in the grass. Sorry if this video was too long, but I tried to explain in the best way possible, as I felt that it was very confusing for many players. I just hope it's clear, and I hope you guys found it useful, and if you did, then consider leaving a like to appreciate the time and effort spent on this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.